Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Retro News Roundup. Usually the news in this section isn't really all that strange and unusual, but this certainly is. A student based in Florida claimed last month that she's in a relationship with her copy of Tetris, and also plans to marry the classic block-based puzzler. A date for the wedding is yet to be confirmed though. I don't even want to think about the honeymoon, to be honest. Next, a Kickstarter was launched for a software tool called the NES Maker, which would allow you to make new cartridge-based hardware-playable games for Nintendo's 8-bit system, with, apparently, no programming required. It's hit its funding goal already, but you still have time to pledge if you're interested, with $36 getting you a copy of the software and $88 a full kit that allows you to place your game onto an actual NES cartridge. Finally, for this section, there was the sad news that Bob Wakelin, artist of some of the most iconic video game box art from the 80s, passed away last month. He was responsible for covers for titles such as The New Zealand Story, Ocean's Batman, and Operation Wolf. Rest in peace, Bob. Let's start this section with the Switch, which received the usual glut of Arcade Archive titles, namely World Heroes 2, Kid Nicky Radical Ninja, Power Spikes 2, Double Dragon, Art of Fighting 2, and King of the Monsters. There was also arcade games Strikers 1945 2 and Zero Gunner 2. That's a lot of numbers right there. In comparison, the 3DS received just one retro offering, but it's a good one, a port of the Game Boy Color's Pokemon Crystal. Nothing for the Wii U this month though, the poor blighter. Then to round things off, the PS4 received a trio of Arcade Archive titles through PSN. The King of Fighters 98, Frontline, and Shock Troopers. First up for this section, Hyperkin is looking to beat Nintendo to the punch when it comes to a Game Boy Classic. Well, kind of. It's announced the Ultra Game Boy, which will effectively allow you to play original cartridges from Nintendo's Classic Portable, with a backlit screen and USB charging no less. The system will be priced under $100 and should arrive this summer. Second and finally for this segment, Arcade Jason, possibly not his real name, has hacked the Vectrex so it displays its beautiful vector graphics in colour, without the need of overlays. A full description of how he did it can be found by following the relevant link in the description below. For another month I am stunned at the amount of high quality retro homebrew being churned out. As usual, the ZX Spectrum received loads of new titles, with Topo Mix Game, Bobby Carrot, Crazy Kong City Episode 2 Saving Kong, Roust, Mighty Final Fight, Harbinger 2 The Void, and The Adventures of Jane Jelly, The Egg Diamond. The Commodore 64 couldn't raise a candle to that number of titles, but did receive a trio of new games nonetheless: Iceblox Plus, Block Party RX, and Retaliate. Then there were two Atari 2600 titles, Sky Destroyer and Climb the Tree. Then there was, deep breath, Road Trip on the Amiga, Silver Valley for the Sega Master System, Snake on the Game Boy, Duck Out for the Amstrad CPC, and LVR on the Game Boy Advance. And breathe. To finish though, a digital version of Inferno for the MSX2 was released, and a physical version will be available later this year. Okay, this doesn't quite fit this section, but I have nothing else, so squidge. No, I didn't just sneeze there, that's just the name of arguably the worst ZX Spectrum game ever made. It was nigh on unplayable. But now Squidge has been lovingly remade, so it is actually playable, which is an achievement in itself, and it's all thanks to TARDIS Remakes. Bless them. 4 fan-powered English language translations this month, with 2 of them for PlayStation titles, namely Asuncia, Staff of Healing, and Family Diamond Game. Then there were translations of Banishing Racer for the Game Boy, and Digital Devil Story, Megami Tensei on the NES. That's all for this month then, but thanks so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and smile. That last one's the most important. Until next time, bye for now.